Evening YouTube, Joe here, just doing a pickups video. Now the light is a little bit harsh because I have one fluorescent light and one LED desk lamp light kind of thing, just trying some stuff out. I think I'm going to replace this one with another fluorescent that'll sit on this side of me so that I have less shadowing. I'm getting there. I bought a tripod and a few other pieces that I need in order to do some filming. However, I need a good camera. The cheap HD camera I picked up just isn't doing as well as I wish it would. So I know where I can get a really good price on a GoPro, and next month I'll probably pick that up. Until then, I'll just continue to film on this, which is my Note 4, and then once I get the new camera, then I can step it up a little bit. I have a few pickups, and I really didn't go out with anything in mind. I knew I wanted to pick one thing up, and that kind of snowballed and led into a few other things. What I wanted to pick up was these. These are the Afterglow AGU 1S. They're wireless headphones. They work with Xbox 360. They work with PS3. And the main reason I got them was actually for my PS3 or 360. I haven't decided which one yet. I like to use headphones because then I can listen to things as loud as I want. I also don't want to hook anything up to a big TV because it would be too loud that way as well. So the Xbox One has a chat pad, not a chat pad, but an audio separator that plugs directly into the controller. So that's how I use the Xbox One. The Xbox 360 is currently running through my stereo, and the PS3 is also running through the stereo. However, I have to disconnect one and plug in the other because that stereo doesn't have multiple inputs. So what I'm thinking is, whichever one gets this will have this wireless dongle attached to it. That's almost an oxymoronic statement. This adapter to allow the wireless headphones to work with it. And I've heard some good things about these headphones, and the biggest reason I got them is because I got them for $5. Now I know you're saying, what the heck, how'd you get them for $5? Well, I went almost a week ago to this guy's shop, and he had them sitting there, and he had $15 on them, which still isn't terrible, but they're basically like 3-year-old headphones, maybe even older than that. And he kept calling them 15s, AGU.15s or AGU 15s, because he thought the S was a 5. So I went back and I showed him. I said, hey, look, man, these are not 15s. They're actually 1s. They're much older than that. And he looked a little disappointed. He said, fine, just give me $5. So I did. I gave him 5 big ones, and I got me some wireless headphones. So I'll check those out and let you guys know how they sound. They look like they've never been worn before. You can see like the felt liner is really clean and crisp on it. So we'll see. I'm not uncomfortable with that. Because I was in West Virginia, I stopped at my buddy's retro shop. I always call it a retro shop. He's just a game shop. He doesn't specialize one way or the other. However, he does have a decent selection. And he's the one that sells me the broken stuff, and I picked up a couple of things at his shop. A couple of 360 games because, again, he doesn't deal as much in the newer stuff, so he is pretty fair with his prices. For $10, I got a copy of Need for Speed Horizon, the first one on 360. I buy them, I trade them, I sell them, I buy them, I trade them, I sell them. I'm always needing a copy, and $10 is cheaper than what GameStop is selling them for right now. I believe they're at $17 or $18. But this was the big sale. I got this for $10, and the reason I did is because I bundled everything. And I believe that actually brought this down quite a bit too, but we'll come back to that. Because this is UFC, pardon me, 3 Undisputed, or Undisputed 3, I'm not sure which way that goes. But this is the best version of UFC right now available. So I highly suggest this one over the Xbox One entries. Although that particular one's probably broken. No, I'm just kidding. It bounced off my foot. He had all that. And then he also had a, pardon me, I had a chicken nugget, a Nintendo 2DS. Did it boot up yet? Of course not. It's a Nintendo product. There we go. He had this like 3 weeks ago. And he was all like, I don't want to sell it because my kid uses it, and the only problem with it is that it wasn't seeing games, and he wanted to have a chance to fix it. So I gave it to him. I didn't ask for it, and I just said, okay, fine. This time when I went in, he finally said, hey, do you want to buy it? And I can see that he's already been in it because the screws have been removed. He cracked the back of the case a little bit. But looking inside of it, the gold fingers, the tines that read the games, they aren't high enough to reach the back of the game, so they've obviously been pushed in from somebody putting the game in and pushing it in at a weird angle. So I'll pop the back off, get that working, and then I don't know what I'm going to do with it. It trades in for 20 bucks or 25 bucks, but do I really want to trade it in? I could sell it, I could bundle it, I don't know. I have no idea what I'm going to do with this thing. So once I get it working right, then I'll decide. And then he has, again, he has older stuff, so I picked me up a Sega Saturn. And this is actually, despite the few scratches that you're seeing on the top, in pretty good shape. All the stickers look like they're really clean. It doesn't look like he's ever opened this system. He guarantees to me that it works, and he's got extra ones just in case it doesn't. And I don't know, I just kind of wanted a Sega Saturn, and I got it dirt cheap, so now I have it. And I have a couple of Saturn games, so I'll play those. Next I went to the pawn shop near me, and not near me, near the other place, and they always make me deals because they bundle. And that's one thing I always do. I go in, I just grab a bunch of stuff, and I bundle it all together, and he makes me a good deal. So, for $2.50 a piece, I got Lego Batman 2 DC Heroes for $2.50. For $2.50, Resident Evil Revelations on 3DS. On the Wii, I got Mortal Kombat Armageddon, as well as Resident Evil The Dark Side Chronicles. Now, I know you're probably saying, why would you buy those? It's not really in your genre. Because these 4 games will trade in for upwards of, I believe, $40 for the 4-ish. So that's an extra 75% return on my purchase. And that means I got this basically for free. This is a AGS 101 original black color. Now, I built one of these for my buddy out of a blue one, but this is actually the black one as it was released. The case isn't terrible. It's got a few scrapes on the screen. I have an extra screen, but you got to disassemble the whole damn thing to change it, and I don't want to do that. So I'll just deal with it the way it is. It works. He had $30 on it, and then he offered it to me for $25, but then he couldn't find the charger. So then he offered it to me for 20 bucks. I took that deal because I have an extra charger, and I could instantly flip this on eBay and get $50 to $60. Clean it up a little bit and get $50 to $60 because there are still guys out there that will pay full price in order to get a working AGS 101 screen because they do the backwards, not the backwards mod, but the mod on the Game Boy Advances, which I always kept saying I wanted to do. The problem is I'll pick these up and then I'll sell them before I get the chance to tear them apart. Even that blue one that was supposed to be parts to fix a GBA and turn it into the mod, I gave to a friend of mine, so what can you do? I was at work and a customer comes in and they had some PS1, PS2 and some other junk games, and they were trying to trade them in. Obviously we don't take them, and my friend wanted one of the games and I said fine, I'll take the other one. I made the deal because they were at work and he couldn't leave. He had a large line of people. Now for $12 I got, this was just in there, it's Desert Storm 2, which whatever, could care less about that. I think I've got 3 copies of that. And then I kept, and I have an extra case, so obviously ignore the shape of the case, the disc is in good shape, Quake 2, which is a $20 game, and Legend of Dragoon Greatest Hits. Now I gave that to my buddy because that's the one he wanted. I kept the Quake, and I think they were $6 each. Actually, technically $4 each because that would have made that $4, but I like to consider that one free because it's a really stupid, see I almost cussed, a really stupid PS2 game. thrift store near my house had a couple of PS2 games that I'd never heard of. Well, one of them I did, but the other one I didn't. Shinobi for $2 and Brave for $2. Now, I don't know anything about this game. It just looked kind of different, and that's my criteria right now, is I like different, so I picked those up. Xbox 360 controller works good. Got that for $5. And the only reason I bought this was because it was $2 and it's in pristine shape. I know it's a Platinum Hits edition, but it's Gears of War, the original, all the paperwork, and the bonus disc. And the guy that traded this in was meticulous in his care of his games. I mean, just kind of look at this thing. I mean, it's in phenomenal shape, so that's cool. Then I had just the loose limited edition, but now I have the limited edition with the sleeve and the bonus disc, so that's good. Says $6.99. Obviously, since I'm an employee, I get a better deal. So, and then I have Gears of War 2, but I didn't have the Steelbook. Now I have the Steelbook, so I've got the Steelbook, and it came with the bonus disc, but not the game disc. But I'll just take the game disc out of my case, my regular case, and slap it, slap it, flip it, smack it, rub it down. Oh no! Okay, that was really stupid. I'm sorry about that. But yeah, I'll slap it in here, and then I'll have this one complete too. There's probably a sleeve or something, but I mean, I'll have a complete Steelbook. So yeah, that's cool. Other than that, really haven't picked up anything much else. I've been looking at a controller lot. Obviously, if I can get PS3 DualShock 3s for a few bucks a piece and they work, I can trade those in and get 15, 16 bucks a piece. I'm thinking I'm getting enough inventory to either do the flea market again or possibly just have a sale out of the office. Now, if I do that, I'll film the office, not really the flea market, maybe bits and pieces. So that's about it. Tomorrow's video, I'm actually going to shoot 2 videos, and I'll upload one and then the other. I'm going to do a video about my father's Dodge Ram, just to show you what a 200,000 mile truck can be when you take care of it. And then I'm also going to do a headlight refurbish video for people that like to do their own stuff. So if you like cars, tune in for that. I'll be doing that tomorrow. If you like video games, if I find anything else tomorrow, I'll film it. If not, then it'll just be the car stuff. So yeah, if you like my video, please remember to subscribe and like the video. Leave me any comments. Leave me any questions if you want to know about anything. I answer all comments and questions, both positive and negative. I enjoy the challenge. And what else? Oh, before we go, I do want to extend my heartfelt, condolences to the families of the victims in Orlando, as well as Christina Grimmie. Kind of sucks that all that happened in such a short space of time, and to a bunch of people that didn't deserve it. So we just gotta kind of figure out a way that we can all live together and stop doing this stupid crap and killing each other. That does nobody any good. I think we need to start solving everything with something like Rochambeau or something. So that's about as much as I want to talk about that. I don't like to talk about negative stuff. So yeah, until next time, I'll talk to you guys later. Thank you.